Welcome to a muzzled chat. It's after 10 p.m. It never ends here on a muzzled chat. We're just busy. From marketing and networking and setting up affiliated accounts. I mean, this is so much work, but I can't imagine doing anything else. And this pays freaking nothing. I'm literally going to war on behalf of all you folks, my fellow brothers and sisters, my countrymen. I mean, just all humanity. There's nothing conspiratorial about what we're trying to do here. We're literally asking questions, doing our best to get to the bottom of things so we can ensure proper health. We need to become the best versions of ourselves, and it's no freaking secret. The jury is out. That we've been poisoned. They're trying to kill us and put us in smaller boxes. And our children. I'll bring enough receipts, proof, that if you are a parent or you know someone that's a parent, you know any children of any sort, we should be obligated with information like this to share this information, not worry about backlash. It's like, look, my intent is on behalf of what is best for your child's health. And it's crazy because not that long ago, I blindly entrusted in white lab coats. I blindly entrusted in the health organizations. I blindly entrusted in, I'd never questioned vaccines, not just from a pandemic side of things, but from the childhood vaccine schedule. But parents, stay tuned. Anyone, we got to share this information. We cannot be injecting our children anymore with anything. Oh, bold claims. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. This will be enough. And I'll be sure to add links to even more credible information and sources. But let's start. I want to piggyback off of last episode I did. Megyn Kelly here actually nails it. So let's go ahead and tune into her message here, because I like her catered to the live and let live narrative kind of ideology for a while, and shame on me. I should have seen what was happening sooner, because obviously, and if we all would have done that, then we wouldn't have deteriorated the point we are right now. This is insanity. Let's play this clip.
I started off being like, I understand, I have empathy for you, I will use your pronouns of choice. You know, I'm not going to say you're a woman, but you're a trans woman. And now I am realizing that all of those things are gateway drugs to the co-opting of female sports and the word female and the word woman and breastfeeding and childbearing and menstruation, all the things that are under solidly the list of what is a woman. And I'm really done. I'm done.
Me too.
There is no such thing as somebody who's born a biological man who is secretly a woman.
Right.
Who can become a woman. At best, you are a trans woman. And even that I'm wrestling with. I really am. I don't even really understand what that is. You're a trans person.
Right.
You're really a biological man who's got some gender confusion issues, and my heart goes out to you. But you're not a woman. Dylan Mulvaney, you put on a dress, you take a bunch of estrogen to grow something that approximates baby breasts. I don't know what those are. That's not what a woman is.
Correct.
You'll never be a woman. You can have the surgery. Dylan says they're getting bottom surgery. Go ahead. Have your penis chopped off. You're still not a woman.
Right.
Getting a surgeon to cut a hole down there doesn't make you a woman. You don't know the first thing about being a woman. You have no idea what the average woman has been through the course of her life, the challenges we have, the beauty of being a woman, the softness of being a woman, and you never will. You're never going to have it. Doesn't matter how many surgeries, doesn't matter how many hormones. And I'm done engaging in this fiction, Paul.
Good for you.
I'm done. I have empathy, I have compassion, but I am not willing to abandon truth in the name of sparing feelings.
Very well said. You can mutilate your body all you want. She states the truth and the obvious. A man can never become a woman, or vice versa. And the fact we're catering to that fictional ideology, toxic, delusional, mental, it's insanity. You could paint stripes on a cow all you would like. It won't magically turn it into a zebra. Ever. It's insane. Thank you, Megan. Very well said. Now, it'd be one thing if it was just adults making freaking crazy decisions for themselves. I mean, still, we should question, why are we allowing that even in our society, in public spaces? It's sick. It's evil. And the impact it's having on children is horrific. And we got to take a stance. I don't fear man and what they could do to me here. Are you kidding me? With this type of evil happening and how it impacts children, I fear God. I live here now in this era, in this crazy freaking circus. I care what God has to say at the end of this. James, what did you do to help the children? Because this makes me sick. This beautiful young girl, young child, talks about and starts doing these clips, taking testosterone. And you can see the irreversible transition that's taking place. And it's evil and it's sad and it's sickening. She, which will never be a he, she can't even say the T word, testosterone. So she starts getting creative. But that she's essentially just on that singular substance talking about like just doing these clips about testosterone. Let's play it.
It just occurred to me I should be recording this. This is me 1 month on
Beautiful
testosterone.
young girl.
This is me 2 months injecting myself with
Hear
the
the
T virus.
shift?
This is me 3 months of
Wow.
committing tax evasion. This is me 4 months of running from the government for treason. This is me 5 months of planting trees and running out of things that
So
start with the letter
demonic.
T. This is
What
me
we're allowing
6
to
months
happen to our
on,
children.
Of drinking tea. This is me 7 months of eternal torment. I've lost count of how many months I've been doing this. So I think that means it's time to post this. Yup. It just occurred to me I should be
Do you
recording
hear
this.
that difference? Unbelievable. Evil so rampant. I mean, it all starts with this whole alphabet mafia. I mean, what this gentleman's doing inside of a Target. The employee admits, we need to boycott these places, and there's so many calls to action. We must do it all. We must seize every opportunity we can. Why would you go to this store unless you were here to do what this gentleman was in fact doing?
Do you guys support the satanic pride propaganda?
Yeah, both.
You support
Both.
it?
Satan and pride.
You support
Wow.
Satan?
Mm-hmm.
What's God gonna think of that?
I don't believe in God.
So you
Did you
think
need help with something?
you support the propaganda that's targeting the kids?
There's nothing targeting kids.
It's all over kids' TV shows.
Tuck friendly.
It's all over. They're targeting
Kids
the
can
kids.
choose
He's
to
holding
wear
a
whatever they
pride, rainbow
You support
flag
the sexualization
shirt.
of kids through pride propaganda by
want. Sir,
corporate.
is there something
It's
that we
just
can help you with?
I'm just asking people questions. What about you, sir? Do you
Unbelievable.
support this?
Answering any questions, but if you're here to cause any disturbance in the store,
I'm just asking questions. Do you
Yeah.
work? Do you work
but
for the
you're
Target?
disrupting.
Do you work
yes,
for Target?
I do actually.
Where's your name tag?
I am the undercover loss prevention.
Oh, okay.
You get the point. It's demonic. It's evil. But more than continuing off of that last episode, I want to shift into protecting our health so we can effectively function mentally and fight back, because or use our discernment to connect the dots, which will lead to us all doing our part. And our health is so under attack. I mean, right here. This is me. This is what I'm dealing with.
Borrelia burgdorferi, known to millions as Lyme disease,
A bioweapon.
affects more than 300,000 Americans a year.
It's over
It is spread by
500,000.
infected deer ticks. Not treated, it could lead to neurological damage. Now
why
lawmakers
I'm
want to know,
struggling.
where did infected ticks come from, and is the Pentagon to blame? Congressman Chris Smith points to a secret Army bioweapons program to weaponize ticks in the 1950s.
Bioweapon specialists stuffed ticks with pathogens to cause severe disability, disease, even death to potential enemies.
Army labs like Plum Island and Fort Detrick, not far from the largest concentration of Lyme cases, were capable of breeding millions of bugs a month. The link was first outlined by Stanford's Chris Newby, who wrote about it in Bitten,
So
The
many
Secret
are
History
unaware.
of Lyme Disease and Biological Weapons. She interviewed William Bergdorfer, who worked for the U.S. military in the 50s growing microbes inside ticks. Bergdorfer, for whom Lyme disease was named in 1982, suffered from late-stage Parkinson's. He hinted before he died that the outbreak may have been a bioweapons experiment run amok. Newby.
There's so much data that backs that up. And there's all these weapon labs getting exposed. Ukraine, here in the U.S., Canada, all over. Now, come on, scroll. Now, to protect yourselves, protect your children, right here. Dr. Brian Hooker. Unvaxxed children healthier than vaxxed. Top doctor tells Senate. Let's hear this. I'll have more links to back this up.
By 2023, 73 doses of 16 different
73
vaccine formulations were given
doses.
to children up to age 18. The FDA approved these formulations individually only with minimal and inadequate safety testing,
Right.
and the CDC has never tested the cumulative
blind.
effect of the vaccine schedule on
Never.
childhood health outcomes. However,
Never.
independent researchers have assessed the outcomes of vaccinated versus unvaccinated children. This demonstrates that vaccinated children were at least twice as likely to be diagnosed with developmental delays, ear infections, and gastrointestinal
Are you
disorders.
vaccinating your
The
child?
likelihood of an asthma diagnosis among the vaccinated group was 4.5 times higher than the unvaccinated group. For each of the autoimmune, neurodevelopmental, and other disorders
Wow.
considered, the unvaccinated group fares much better, with incidence rates between 4 and 20 times lower than their vaccinated counterpart. By 2023,
This is intentionally
73
being done.
doses of 16
Not only is it fulfilling like what Gates and stuff was talking about, whole depop, well, what we can enrich ourselves while we depop through all these injection sources. So they're creating the issue and the Band-Aid and the enrichment and the empowerment. It's not that far. Like, they didn't even properly do any of the research. It's been documented. It's proven. There's a reason in these other documentaries when they try to get very simple answers to some questions, FDA, CDC, all these places just run. They just run. That in and of itself is telling. They're not even catering towards the conversation. We got to send this far and wide. I'm even trying really hard. I have siblings that are having children, and I believe that some of them are just blindly entrusting. And it's really tough because we've been wired to just comply. We've been wired to not question things. We've been wired to, because these billion-dollar corporations have manufactured studies to have the research or whatnot, like documents that to support what they're doing is on behalf of your child, when in fact it doesn't take much research to totally blow that up entirely. And when some of these groups try bringing those, that's what they did. They bring this information and just basic questions to these organizations, and they won't even. It's extremely telling. But more than that, like yourself, let's never forget. Let's play this clip. Never forget these individuals and the threats, everything they said. You can just hear it for yourself.
You don't have a choice.
As long as not everybody is vaccinated, nobody will be safe.
Normalcy only returns when we've largely vaccinated the entire global population. So get the fucking vaccine.
You need to get vaccinated, and if you don't, you are going to die.
I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones, but you know there's people out there who aren't listening to God and what God wants. You know who they are.
The unvaccinated people.
My message to unvaccinated Americans is this.
If you are the unvaccinated, you are the problem.
You're the problem. Condemn them, shame them, blame them.
The only people that you can blame are the unvaccinated.
Frankly, we can't trust the unvaccinated.
They should not be part of polite society.
The lunatics who won't take COVID vaccines walking around lawfully unvaccinated? That's psychotic.
If you're willing to walk among us unvaccinated, you are an enemy.
You have no right not to be vaccinated.
You don't have the right to contaminate someone else.
You can't go around pointing a gun in somebody's face, which is what it is when people are unvaccinated.
You don't have a choice.
Surprised Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't thrown in there. Basically saying, F your freedoms. You don't have a choice. Go do what you're told. Get the jab. How are these people roaming free? How are we allowing this? Are we just going to sit back? Amnesia? Are we seriously that effed up in the head that we're just going to go back to our jobs? Like, this is my life now. It's not bringing really anything in. This is a selfless adventure at this point. Just trying to serve my fellow brothers and sisters. But we cannot afford to just go on about our lives. I have loved ones that have died from this. I'm sure there's more to come. We're just going to sit back. Let's unite. Do not discredit the impact you can have. Let's play this clip here. This is of Heather McDonald. I don't know if you guys have seen this clip, but it was right here, I believe in Tempe, Arizona at the Improv, where she boldly boasted about having all these jabs, even using Jesus' name in a horrific way. And she passes out, fractures her skull as she falls down. It's horrific. But you can't tell me this isn't like that. This is just mere coincidence, given what she's talking about, how she says it, and this happens. Give this a listen.
I don't care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, and I'm going to be honest, I have the shingle shot too. And I still get my period. What? Yes.
Sick.
Traveled, went to Mexico twice.
Trash.
Did shows, meet and greets, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice. So nice.
The crowd's laughing. They think it's part of the skit. There's just no way that could have happened. And now she's convulsing on the ground. But the staff starts picking up on it. Call 911. She's out. Wow.
Went to Mexico twice. Did shows, meet and greets. Never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice. So nice.
Well, I hope she's okay. I mean, obviously, like on a cellular level, things are happening within her body. Don't know if it's reversible or not. But clearly a fractured skull regarding your Jesus comment. I don't know about that. Now, there's so much footage from people that have lost loved ones, children, their lives, livelihoods, their physical abilities, their mental abilities, all due to this bioweapon jab. And we could play that on a freaking 24/7 loop because it's just continuously pouring in. Let's just play this one other last clip.
Two years ago, we reported the research of Pfizer head Mike Yeadon and Craig Particooper that showed how certain batches of the COVID vaccines were deadly and others were not, and showed how red states in America were sent more deadly batches than blue states. But the masses were not able to face these facts, so they accepted the lies of the MSM. 9 months ago, we reported how the CDC's own data supports the findings of Yeadon and Particooper. But the masses still chose the comfortable lies over the uncomfortable truth that our governments and medical professionals are murdering us. Last week, the scientist entrusted with New Zealand's vaccine program went public with data that vindicates this as well.
I was involved with building a project, helped with implementing a vaccine payment system for our providers. It's called a pay per dose system. So it means that every time someone gets vaccinated, they get a payment for it as a provider. And when I was looking at the data, which is part of my job, I noticed some discrepancies with the dates of death, people dying within a week of being vaccinated. What I did with the data was look at the top 10 batches that had a high death count, a high mortality rate, and I put them on a chart. I counted the number of vaccinated within that batch, and then I found out who was dead.
And this is Pfizer's batch number 1. We've had 711 from batch number 1 vaccinated. 152 of those died, which makes a 21%
percentage, yeah.
death rate. Mortality rate.
So the top
for now and counting.
246 people.
There have been reports and studies where
that is nearly
we're about 3 years out on some of it. 5-year benchmark they project is even going to be worse.
Look at this one. 621 by vaccinator, the third highest vaccinator. 621, 104 people dead. Nearly 17% of the people they jabbed.
Yeah. There are more people dying than ever before. These are the biggest number of deaths we've seen in history.
A member of New Zealand Parliament brought this up in session, but was dismissed.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, it's the vaccines that are causing excess deaths in New Zealand, just like it's the vaccines causing excess deaths in the UK and elsewhere. So can we please have a statement now from the government suspending these experimental mRNA vaccines before any more death and harm?
You get the point. You get the point. Let's be part of the freaking solution. Now, it's one thing if it's just us adults, but how are we going to even effectively foster, like take care of the future generation and raising them appropriately if we're not even looking after their health? The childhood vaccine schedule is not good for your child or anyone's child. It's not. Not one of them. They've all been corrupted. And there's lots of statistics that support that. We'll be sure to add the links in. Oh gosh, there's so much to go into. I'd love to integrate so much more into this, but we're just going to keep it short. We got to let this specific bit sink in. What are you going to do about it? My warriors, what are you going to do about it that are already taking action? Reach out to me. Let's collaborate. Let's work together. We can achieve more collectively than individually. Do not discredit your impact, folks. Golly. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but we must protect our health. It's evil behind this. I wish I knew the most precious, the most motivational, the most charismatic way of articulating words for maximum impact. But I can't instill what I've known in the research I've done. People need to seek truth for themselves. And we cannot afford to sweep all this under the rug. We just cannot. That is not a solution. Let's stop serving ourselves and living so selfishly. Maybe this message isn't for you because you are doing great, and keep up the good work. I appreciate you. Maybe this message is for someone you know. God bless you all. We'll see you soon.